Hey everyone, in previous videos I have been filming a little bit inside this thing here. A few of you have been asking for a tour around this thing, and to be honest with you, I've been planning to do that myself anyway. So today I'm going to go through the keyhole and show you guys inside my Sunlight motorhome. Cool, first things first, let's start on the outside. This is a Sunlight T69L. I assume the L stands for long because that's what this thing is. I think, I'm going to have to try and remember, I might have to go and confirm this online when I have the internet, but I think this is either a 7 or a 9 meter length vehicle, so plenty lengthy. It's based on a Fiat Ducato chassis, and this is a coach built model, so this is from the factory, designed to be a motorhome. It's a 2.3 diesel. I assume the 130 stands for the horsepower because this thing kicks out some power. I'm not going to lie, I'm surprised just how quickly this thing can accelerate. Moving on from the engine specs, I want to talk about the outside first. So this thing has a full length awning and it's fairly breezy here, and this thing has been staying well and truly solid, so that's pretty damn handy. And as you can see, I've got my bike set up, I've got my table and chairs, and just having a bit of extra shelter. I mean, it has been a bit windy and a bit rainy at this event. It's just really cool to have somewhere to work on the bike, have a chill outside, and just, yeah, somewhere cool just to expand your living space. Now, if you are traveling with bikes like I am, you've got two choices. You can either put the bikes on the back, and I actually drove 7 hours with my trials bike on the back of here because that's why I kind of wanted to show it off a little bit. So you can either stick your bikes on there, or this is the garage. This is one of the main reasons why I asked for this vehicle, is because it has got this garage space. I'm going to open this up. Check out how much space you got in the back here. Absolutely insane. As you can see, I've got my mountain bike in here at the minute. Absolutely plenty of space. You could easily fit a downhill bike in here, probably even a tandem. It's, I mean, you've got the full length of the back there. So yeah, you can fit multiple bikes in here. I tend to fit a couple in here with all my spares. And yeah, it's actually just so handy having somewhere a little bit more secure, a little bit more hidden. If you didn't want to have your bikes out on show, you've got this area. Handily, we have a light in here, so when it's dark, you know, you can see what you're doing. We also have a plug socket, so if you've got a generator or washer or whatever, yeah, you're sorted there as well. Got lots of adjustable mounting points. They slide the full length of this thing, and I've just got loads of bungees and straps so I can just make my bikes super secure. And if you're interested in some of the spares I've got in here, I've got spare tires. I keep my helmets in here, or some of them anyway. Anything dirty I tend to keep in here. So we've got shin pads, used shoes, we've got Allen keys, we've got pumps, got spare brake, and I've got this really cool muck off bag here, which is quite heavy because it is full of all kinds of goodies. In this side we've got all the cleaning products, we've got washcloths, we've got sprays, we've got a handy bit here you can fit all your extra tools in. On this side, if you want to clean your bike, you know, we've got old brushes, cleaning products in there, which is pretty damn handy. So yeah, that's definitely worth having with me if I want to keep my bike nice and clean. At the back there, I've got a hose so I can fill up my water supply, some extra cleaning brushes, and tell you what, let's go look through that door. So yeah, when you open it this side, you can see this is a full length boot garage area, so you can get all the way in. This side I tend to keep my extra chairs. This is where I keep my table. I've got some levelers which levels the wheels out, so I keep those in this side as well. In here we have my gas supply. I also keep like the spare, and there's no spare tire for this, it's just got a sealant and tire inflator. I keep that in here. We've got jump cables which I keep in that place, along with all the paperwork, so pretty handy. I've also got this little thing. Now this isn't standard equipment, this is something I added myself. We've got a little wire which goes around and attaches to this guy, and I'm sure some of you can work out what that is, but I'll show you what that is once we get inside. Right, so let's take this inside. If we open this door, you know, that's quite a big step up. That's, you know, a bit of a reach, but one of my favourite things here, my party piece. You press this button and what happens? You got a little step that comes out. How cool is that? Now that makes life a lot easier. In we go. Check this thing out. Isn't this absolutely rad? Tell you what, I'm going to work from the back to the front. So this is the bedroom. full-size double bed. I hope you like my bed sheets. Went for something quite bright, psychedelic-y, and yeah, I'm pretty stoked on that. Like I mentioned, this is a full-size double bed. Pretty sweet rounded corners you can get through, and this is actually one of the nicest mattresses I've ever slept on. Just the right level of firmness. I actually way prefer this over the one I've got in my house. It's pretty cool. You get plenty of light in here with this skylight up here, which you can open to varying degrees, which is pretty handy. You can either block it off altogether if you don't want any light in, or if you're somewhere and you want to open the window and you don't want any mosquitoes getting in, you've got mosquito net as well. Got plenty of storage in the back here. I haven't really put anything in these yet, but I'm sure if I was out for a long time, had lots of equipment, you know, I would put stuff in there for sure. And I really like these soft closed doors. Oh, at the sides, we've got some pretty big storage with the automatic lights, which is sweet. There's actually enough size inside here to put my full-size duffel bag and backpack. Now, for privacy, I've got my side windows blocked off, but you know, you can have a pretty good view out there if you wanted. You've got your curtains. Again, if you want to have the window open, you can put your mosquito net down. If you want privacy, you can have this a bit of the way down, a bit more, or fully down, which is pretty sweet. You can open the windows like this, and when you open that, you've got a couple of positions you can have your window. Just like that. Now this can be a fully enclosed bedroom, so this door here actually shuts all the way, so if you want some privacy, you know, you can have that. But at the same time, if you wanted that to stay open, you've got your curtains here, so if someone's using the bathroom, which I'll show you in a second, you can just pull the curtain across, get your privacy then, shut this door. You can use the bathroom with as much privacy as you want. From the bathroom, we have a shower unit. Now, it doesn't look massive, but because you've got that step in there, it actually is pretty roomy in there. You just come along, you have to just remove the wood like so, and get your doors open like that, and then this is actually a fairly decent shower. Just turn that on. Yeah, it's got a good flow to it. I've been using this plenty, and it's actually a genuinely good shower. And while we're at the shower, right down here next to the bed, we have a light switch, so you can switch the lights on for the shower, pretty handy. But we have the control units. This is where you can control the temperature of the van, of the water. You can put an eco mode, you can boost the water for a bit more heat quicker. And this thing is really cool. It means you can leave on eco mode when you're out all day, and when you get back, you've got plenty of hot water. At this end of the bed, we've got a bit more storage, pretty handy. Can never have too much storage in these kind of things. Under here, this is where you got your boiler. I've got just some spare carpet for the front of the van, which I don't use because I often have muddy boots, so I leave that in there because I just don't need it. Okay, so next to the shower unit, next to the bed, this is where we have the bathroom. Alright everyone, I haven't actually used this thing yet. I've been trying to use Portaloos just so I don't have to empty it. I'm not sure how long I'm going to be able to keep that up, but yeah, not used that thing yet. Here we have the sink, obviously. Again, plenty of usable water. Got a light switch under there, which is, yeah, pretty handy, pretty sweet. Storage underneath, perfect, and plenty of storage for the side. This is where I keep all my toiletries. Simple. This is what it looks like in the back. If you just want your privacy and you just want the door shut, you know, it's pretty big in here. It's pretty good. And if anyone else wants to use the bathroom, just pull that across. Yeah, pretty good. Oh, and that's just my Triumph Bikes poster. I do like the old sort of Art Nouveau and Art Deco old school bike posters, so I just thought I'd get one of those just for a bit of colour. Right, so that's everything in the back. Now let's make our way to the kitchen. This is actually a pretty sweet kitchen. My flat hasn't had a working oven for nearly a year now, so to have an oven with a grill is pretty damn sweet. I've used this already and it works a treat. Below that, it's just where I keep all my pots and pans, and not much to say really. I use some pretty compact stuff just so it saves some space. Nothing too fancy, but you know, gets the job done. Bit further up we have our cut-offs for all the individual appliances, and we have another plug socket and a cigarette lighter socket. If you have any, I don't know, kettles or toasters, do they make cigarette socket versions of those? You can add it in there if you want. Up at the top we have a 3-hob gas burner. So I've been using this thing pretty much for the last 3 weekends in a row. I've been away. I've cooked some pretty standard meals like pasta stuff, but I've also cooked some more advanced stuff in this, and you know what? It does the job. It's brilliant. I thought it would be really cramped in here, but you know what? It's absolutely fine. So then we've got the sink unit. It's actually quite a decent size. And again, hot, cold, running water. You know what? It's just so handy being able to cook and clean inside. Previously, I'll either have to go outside to do it or just not at all. So having this stuff, especially when you go into an event, when you're riding and you need energy, you need to cook some good food, having a decent kitchen is amazing. Now above all that, this is where I just keep all my plates and cups and stuff. So yeah, keeping all that stuff pretty handy and close by. And then behind me, we have a full-size fridge and freezer. Again, to go with the ability to cook, the ability to keep food fresh whenever you're out in the sticks, wherever you may want to go, being able to keep fresh food, milk, absolutely life-changing. And then to go with that, you got the freezer. And you know what? I've got ice cubes in here. This thing works. This thing is cold. So again, be able to freeze stuff. Absolutely amazing. And then above the fridge and freezer, you just have a bit more storage. You got this handy shutter, which I just keep some random spares in there. You got storage to the side of it. I've got this little thing up here, which I wanted a pressure washer, but you know what? They're big, they're bulky. So I just got this hand pump one, which means I can just fill this up in the tap or in the shower, and then I can clean my bike anywhere without needing any electricity source, and fairly economical with water as well. So this thing only cost £5 and it is actually really good. So if you're wanting a pressure washer on a budget, get one of these. Now I definitely want to show this thing. This is my helmet holder. This is from a company called Helmetor. Now if you've been watching Seth's channel, he actually featured these on his channel, and he just had them in his workshop, and it's essentially just a bit of plastic which is spring loaded and fits into the vent on your helmet, and it's just so simple to use. Just clip it on and it stops your helmet from contacting anything. It's fairly solid, and you know what? It's actually pretty damn good. Now I can't drill into anything in this camper van because I've got to give it back, so I haven't used the supplied screws. So I would highly recommend you do, but I've actually used some Sugru moldable rubber glue, and it's working perfectly, and it's white, so it matches the white board it's on and shouldn't mark it, so that's pretty ideal. Now Seth had this in his garage, his workshop, just on the wall or whatever. I actually think this thing is most ideal in a motorhome or a vehicle that's moving, because that's when your helmets are going to be rattling about. If you're in a workshop, you know, generally you can use just a screw or whatever. You can use one of these if you want to be pimp, but this, I think, is the ideal situation for a helmet or mount. Just, it makes your helmet more secure. It's not going to knock into anything. It's not going to slide about. So yeah, I think this is perfect situation for it. Right, we're moving a bit further forward now. Obviously, we've got a couple of storage hooks here. Now, I actually added a couple of extra Velcro ones down at the bottom here, just so I can hang up some shoes, just so it saves a bit of space by the doorway. You don't have to do that, but I just wanted to. Then moving around, this is the seating and dining area. Now I've added a YouTube logo on here just to remind me of how it came to be that I even got this camper van. It's all thanks to YouTube. So just keep that on there as a reminder as to why this is all possible. And you know what? This is a really good workplace. Now every single video I make, I edit in my room, in my house, on my bed with my laptop on my tummy. Now that is not ideal, it's not good for you, it's bad in your neck, it's bad on your wrists. So I actually come down into the motorhome and I sometimes edit in here now. It is just so good to have a comfortable working area. And the other good thing about this table is it completely changes position if you need it to as well. Got a little latch under here, and then you can slide it about, you can turn it wherever you want. You can make more room so you can have multiple people sitting around it. You've got this stair here, you've got the captain's seats. You can really turn this into a really good meeting room or family eating area, whatever you want it to be. And the height also adjusts as well, so you can get it exactly where you want. The other advantage is we do have some seat belts here as well, so there's not just the 2 seats at the front, you can also sit 2 people back here as well, which is brilliant. If you're going on a trip, you need more riders, you're taking your family away, or you're taking photographers, whatever, you can take multiple people as well as multiple bikes. So you're probably thinking, if you're taking multiple people, you know, there's only 1 double bed. Ah, there isn't. There's 2 double beds. Now this is the one which I love showing people every time they come in and be like, oh, is there just the 1 bed? No, there's not. I'm going to show you this now. We've got, this is the lounge area, and above that we have this thing. Push that all the way to the side. You pull this down. That wasn't me farting, by the way. That was my shoe just on that step. We have another full-size double bed. Well, I say full-size, it's got a corner off it, but it's full-size, and that is awesome. You don't have to change anything. The storage units slide down the walls as well. You don't have to move anything off the table. That can all stay in place. And yeah, it's the same mattress. It's super comfortable. There is actually a ladder which I've got stored underneath there, so you don't need to do any parkour to get up there. How cool is that? Now, if you're worried about the youngsters falling off this, now there is actually netting which you go and clip up to the side, so it ends up being a really cool cage as well. Then obviously you've got curtains which come across, so you can turn it into a private bedroom as well. But yeah, I really like that bed. I've not slept in it yet. I've just been sleeping in this guy, but you know what, I think maybe next time I'm going to change my sheets over and I'm going to try that thing out. So yeah, that's awesome, and it's pretty cool that you can just do it one-handed as well. So yeah, that's pretty much the party piece of the van. I absolutely love that. Then obviously I mentioned the storage that comes down with it. Yeah, just pretty decent storage in there, so extra stuff you can stow away. I've got some stuff in this one. I've got like a GoPro and a lantern. I've got all my camera equipment in there, which is actually a Sunlight bag as well. Pretty handy. Thanks for sending me that Sunlight. So yeah, plenty of storage. Oh, and I mustn't forget, obviously there's some USB ports in the lounge, dining, office area, so you can actually charge stuff as well. Now making our way to the front. Again, privacy seems to be quite a big feature, so we've got these curtains which come all the way around like that. This one comes around, and just like that, you've got a private van. You can do whatever you want in here, and no one's gonna see. Obviously you've got your seating up front. These are captain's chairs, so they completely spin around. This one spins around without any changes needed. This one you have to move forward just so it clears the steering wheel. But it's just so cool in making the seating area just that little bit bigger. Above there you've got one hell of a massive window. This thing's awesome. It lets in so much light, and it's a really cool one to open up and just let that fresh air in. And again, like everything else, you can block it off completely, or you can put a mosquito thing down as well, so pretty handy. Now up front, pretty damn comfy to sit in. We've got your armrests if you want them. This one is a manual. It's a 6-speed, and it's fairly low geared, so the acceleration on here is pretty damn good, but it can also just cruise on the motorway like 60 miles an hour. No problem. It will go faster than that if you want, but obviously you're going to use up more fuel, so I just tend to stick it 6th gear on the motorway. We've got cruise control, and yeah, just rack up the miles. This thing is super comfy to drive. Plenty of storage there. We've got a glove box down here. We've got another one up here, which is actually a cooler as well. So if you press this button here, you can actually keep stuff really cool in there, which is awesome. Then we've got plenty of storage down the sides as well. Mine's looking a little bit messy on this side, and a bit more storage there. And yeah, like I mentioned, you can just rack up the miles just driving this thing. Put some podcasts on and just cover those miles. I drove this for 7 hours to get to this event, and it was absolutely fine. Now at the start of the video I showed you that little thing on the back bonnet. Most of you probably realise that, yeah, that's a reversing camera. This is a wireless one. Now this isn't standard equipment. This is something I added on myself because I've never driven something as big as this vehicle, and to be fair, I was quite nervous. So I wanted something just to help me park up and just make life a little bit easier. Now this is one I got off Amazon. It's a wireless one because I didn't want to have to drill anything. So you saw the transmitter at the back. So the transmitter then goes to this receiver, which plugs into a cigarette lighter. I just run the cables up behind this blank unit here and just poke out the front there, and then you got this little screen. Now I've got it in reverse, so if I just turn the key to switch things on, check that out. I can see what's going on behind me. To be fair, this thing is fairly basic. The lines that you see in there, they don't turn or anything with your steering. It is literally just a visual indication of what's behind you. The absolutely hilarious thing about that thing is, because it is a wireless transmitter, it can interfere with other vehicles. So when I was driving down here, it must have interfered with a horse box, because suddenly a horse appeared on it on the inside of a van. So I'm just driving along and suddenly I can look at a horse. I couldn't even see a horse box anywhere, so I don't know where it was, but yeah, it's pretty random at times. I will admit though that this vehicle is actually way easier to drive than I ever thought it would be. So it's actually not as necessary as I thought it would be. I will admit, it does kind of make reversing parking, if you go into a tight space, it does make it a little bit easier, but I wouldn't say it's vital equipment. This vehicle does have a leisure battery, which I believe is under there somewhere. Got plenty more storage above. I've got my Bluetooth speaker. I've got actually a fishing rod there, so when I'm on the west coast I can try and fish for my tea. And at the back here we have another control unit. This thing controls the electronics. You can check, you know, your battery levels, you can check your water levels and stuff like that, so that's pretty cool as well. And you know what, everyone, I think that's just about it. I think I've covered everything I can certainly think of now. As usual, I've probably forgotten things. If you have any questions, let me know below. But I'm going to take this time to say a huge, massive, mega thanks to Sunlight Motorhomes for letting me have this thing. I can't believe someone that big believes in me that I can do a good enough job, so I hope I do them well. I hope I can get them some good footage of this thing up in the west coast, because I've got plans to go and take this to the most scenic locations I can, so keep an eye out for that in the future. So yeah, massive thanks to them. And if you are interested in some of the other models that they do smaller ones than these. They do more van style versions, and they also do like an A-class version, which is I think a bigger version of this with a different seating area up front. Would actually, they look pretty sweet. So yeah, if you're interested in them at all, please go check them out. They're also on social media, which I'll link below. I also can't emphasize enough how much of a game changer having a vehicle like this is. I know they're kind of expensive, not everyone can get one, but if you can get one, it is life-changing. Honestly, being able to go and not have to worry about being at a hotel at a certain point or needing to be somewhere with toilets, it is just the freedom you get from this. And that's why Sunlight's motto is "Freedom is my life," because it's true. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this walkthrough. I hope you find this motorhome interesting. If you see me driving it, give me a honk and a wave. If you see it parked up anywhere, take a photo and tag me in it. And I hope I can get some good footage and photos of this thing out in the wilderness somewhere, and also get some good riding done as well. So thanks a lot everyone, be fluent, and I'll catch you all next time. Take care, bye bye.